Hello, this is MD Mahabubur Rahman. So my project is regarding the time series forecasting using LSTM. The data I have used here, Komal, for the last 5 years. I have used. So here I first import the data, like import pandas as PD. Then I set the directory for the data that is saved in my computer. Here, there are two columns in this data. That is like date and discharge. I separated that, and here after that I write down the date time object. So this is basically the first date in my data set. I write down here. So after doing this coding, this is the matplotlib plotly for plotting these things, and this basically this my actual data looks like over the period of time from 2018 to 2022, the last of 2022. And then I have used like date time date time frame to convert the date and split them like this. And then this one this one basically the last date and the first date in my data set. Here I also do this is the date matrix actually to convert the date into XY matrix. This code needs to write. And then these if I plot this one, train, validation and test, I actually convert my data into these three things. So here is the like train, validation and test by the color of my data. And like I need to do here Keras TensorFlow, the Keras model for sequential and Adam function, sequential and also LSTM. So this is the like mean square error for calculating these, and I also use 100 epochs here. So then I get my training prediction and training observation. Here is the graph. Same thing, validation prediction and validation observation. After that I will get testing prediction, testing observation. And then if I right now I can see the training of prediction, observation, all those things, six things in one place. So this is my data, all those things in one place. And the finally this is my recursive prediction, testing observation, testing prediction, validation observation, training observation and training prediction all together is here for the 2018 to 2020. So this is my actually the prediction forecasting model for this Komal. And now I will do the next data set, that is J17. For J17, like first I import the data, the same thing. Here this is my first date in my data set, and this is the two columns of date and water level. Here I write down this, and if I plot the my data, actual data here, will I can see this kind of graph here. And then these like this is the date frame for converting my data, like for prediction next week is equal to date frame dot log target. This is the code for days 7 days in a week. I write down in this way, and this is basically convert the next day dated from a day or days, month or month. I just use the integer function here. And again these train, validation and test. If I do these three plotting, this is my data over here, and this is the graph for these three. uh, and here I need to like doing the date matrix again. If I do the date matrix, atom function and validation, these things with LSTM and for 100 epochs. So these are my basically data looks like, and here is the graph for my prediction graph for this data. And if I do these validation prediction, observation prediction, it looks like this. For these six training prediction, training observation, validation, testing prediction, testing observation, all of these are here. And finally, this is my data for the six. This is the final model for these prediction model for the J17 data. And the last one is like San Marcos. So for San Marcos, this is, I input the data first, and this is my actual data plotting. And same thing, I have to do the train validation test. Here is the data for these things, and here we can see the graph, I mean plotting for these three train validation and test. That's actually I'm training my model for 100 epochs. This is testing prediction, testing observation here in data within this time period. The last one is the finally training prediction, and these six actually we can get from this code and plotting. We can see from here the actual is the overwriting here, and that we can see how our models look like. And this is the final one, the recursive prediction, testing, observation, testing, prediction, validation for all of these three data. So this is basically the forecasting in my model. If we uh, want to see in the program the total code together, here is my data for this total San Marcos, and here is my code and plotting. We can see here total the history plotting, and so this basically our data actually looks like over the period of time. Here we can see for this forecasting.